Before becoming famous, Jackie Chan worked as a stuntman for Bruce Lee himself. Before becoming famous, Jackie Chan must have made money in construction in Australia. Before becoming famous, Jackie Chan lived in a small apartment in Hong Kong, and his name was not Jackie at all. Back then, he did not know that he would become an incredibly rich man and a legend of world cinema. His story is amazing, and his path to fame is incredible. The video will contain one false fact about Jackie Chan. Find it and write it in the comments. Those with correct answers will appear in the next video. And today, on Before They Got Famous, we will tell you about Jackie Chan, how a small Chinese boy from a poor family became an immortal legend of world cinema.
How did Jackie Chan die? Jackie Chan never died.
He broke his bones hundreds of times while performing stunts on set. In total, he received more than 3,000 different injuries and damages. Dozens of times, he found himself on the verge of real, not pictorial, death. He saw how stuntmen from his team died while performing dangerous tricks, how they became paralyzed. And all this for the sake of cinema, for the sake of successful shots, for the sake of stunning pirouettes and chic scenes. He sacrificed all his health and life on the altar of cinema and took an incredible path to fame, and neither pain nor death could stop him. Jackie Chan is a really great person, a person whose path might never have started at all. The boy was born very sick. His mother gave birth to him at the 12th month of pregnancy. That is, 3 months later than a normal term. Because of this, at the time of birth, the boy weighed more than 5 kilograms, and in order for the mother to survive, she had to have a cesarean section performed. The events took place in 1954, and the surgery cost as much as 500 Hong Kong dollars, an unaffordable amount for the family. There were only 2 ways out of the situation: risk the life of the mother and child incredibly and try to give birth naturally, or sell the little boy. For example, the surgeon who was supposed to perform the operation offered to do it for free if the child was given to her. To die or lose your own child, the choice was not an easy one. However, Jackie Chan's father found a third way. He went to all his friends and literally begged everyone for a little money. Every little helps in order to collect the necessary amount. As a result, it became possible to pay for the surgery. Jackie Chan stayed in his family, and his father worked off his debts for a long time. Although, wait, Jackie who? Of course, a boy in Hong Kong was given a different name at birth: Chan Kong Sang, translated as Chan, born in Hong Kong. Makes sense. Later, however, the boy was given another name, Feng Shi Long, and it is the name he, who everyone knows as Jackie Chan, considered it to be the real one. However, since childhood, he has also been nicknamed Pow Pow, Cannonball, due to the fact that he weighed as much as 5.5 kilograms at birth.
Because I was born like 12.5 months, I was 12.5 pounds. So everybody called me a cannon.
Young Pow Pow grew up and was brought up in great strictness. As soon as he learned to walk, his father immediately began to harden his body and spirit, conducted training with him, and taught him the basics of Kung Fu. When the boy was 6 years old, he was sent to school. However, science was not at all what attracted young Jackie. He considered books and writing stupid, but he never disdained a class in the gym or a fight on the street. And he beat almost all his peers because he had good training from his father. Such children are not liked at school, neither by teachers nor by peers. So, Jackie was left for the second year. He could remain a slow-witted bully for the rest of his life. But one day, his father brought him to the Beijing Opera School. And so, little Chan took to this like a duck to water. This was his place. The boy liked to dress up in various costumes, to feel like a hero of legends, a character of an epic. The father realized that he had found a place for his son, and concluded a contract for the training of young Chan for a period of 10 years. 10 years at the Beijing Opera School, where the child was taken not only to study, but also to live. Jackie Chan became a student. At the same time, the father received a favorable job offer in Australia with a good salary. The family soon moved there, and Jackie stayed at the Beijing school. And, in fact, from the age of 6, he slowly began to learn independent life. Studying at the Beijing school was a real challenge. Constant training and education, life in a team of the same guys, and fights almost every day. Young Chan was not at all interested in language or literature lessons at this school. However, he achieved incredible success in acrobatics and martial arts. He had a very strict teacher who would constantly beat students with a stick, sometimes even just like that, and not for any fault. All the children were afraid of him. But at the same time, the boys rallied among themselves, learned to endure and work. They came out into the world after the academy as real fighters, both spiritually and physically. Of course, during the training, various performances were held, and the children learned the craft of acting. Many were even involved in the filming of local films. So, the boy made his debut on the movie screen at the age of 8, and then appeared sporadically in local films. When the training ended, Jackie realized that the theater, which performances are attended by fewer and fewer people, is not a promising business. Money for living needs to be taken somewhere else, and moving to Australia to his parents did not seem like a viable option for him. So, the best option was to take work as a stuntman. That's what Jackie did. And he did it absolutely right, because it was at that time, at the moment of Jackie Chan's 17th birthday, that the star of the legendary Bruce Lee shone on the Olympus of world cinema.
At that time, he's a really huge star. I'm only young stunt guy.
Talking about Bruce Lee is needless. This man deserves his own story. But working as a stuntman in projects with Bruce had a great impact on Jackie. He looked at Bruce Lee as if he was a god who had come down from heaven. Jackie worked on the same platform with the legend in the films Fist of Fury and Enter the Dragon. In one of the fight scenes between Bruce Lee and the thieves, where one of the thieves was played by Jackie Chan, Bruce accidentally hit Jackie on the head with a stick. Chan laid with a swollen ear. The scene was over, and then Bruce's cry was heard. "Damn, you're fine." Jackie mentioned that he was fine. He got used to being beaten, thrown against walls, falling from different heights, breaking bones, and so on. Therefore, a blow to the face with a stick was an ordinary, not quite painful thing. But when Bruce asked how Jackie was feeling, he grabbed his cheek and started hissing in pain, like he'd been hit really hard. Bruce then walked up to Jackie, took his hand, and started asking if everything was okay. And at that time, these moments were some of the happiest in young Chan's life.
Then I remember Bruce Lee picked me up, grabbed me, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, okay." Then I look at, wow, he touched me.
Everyone wanted to be like Bruce Lee. He was a reference point for actors from the Asian market and an idol for the entire local audience. However, in 1973, he died. And after his death, the entire genre of kung fu fighters began to decline. Yes, this tragic event gave way to many actors, and Jackie Chan in particular. The guy got roles in several local films. However, the box office numbers fell. People did not accept the new cool actors. And after a few years, Jackie Chan was forced to go to his parents in Australia.
I want to earn more money. I don't want to always call my father, send me £1.
So, he began to learn English. Of course, skipping classes. And at the same time, got a job in a construction company. A man hiring the young Asian man introduced him to the owner of the company as a new employee. He forgot Chan's name and told the owner, "Call him Jack like me. You'll know he's from me." And so, Feng Shi Long became Jackie Chan.
Okay, what's his name? The big fat guy said, the big fat guy called Jack. He said, call him Jack.
But although Australia gave the young Chan a name that would soon spread throughout the world, he did not receive anything else from the new country. Very soon, Jackie received a telegram from Hong Kong. It was from Willie Chan, a producer of films with Bruce Lee. It turned out that Willie Chan once noticed the talented guy when he was a stuntman. Now, Willie was looking for someone who could replace the legendary Bruce, and settled on Jackie Chan. It was the chance of a lifetime, incredible luck. Jackie Chan was offered a role in the second part of Fist of Fury, a film where Jackie was supposed to replace Bruce Lee himself on the screen. And he, of course, agreed almost without thinking. In this project, Jackie Chan met Lo Wei, the director of the original Fist of Fury and other films that made Bruce Lee a world-famous personality. It would seem that such a collaboration was supposed to be a guarantee of success. However, the picture failed at the release. The point is that Lo Wei was a dictator. He drove Jackie Chan into a strict frame and literally molded him into a new Bruce Lee. Jackie was a very cheerful and straightforward guy. Serious dramatic roles were not for him. He saw himself as a comedy character and wanted to rethink the entire genre of kung fu fighters in the direction of an entertainment component. Subsequent films with director Lo Wei did not bring Jackie fame or recognition. But at one point, Willie Chan found him another job and placed the actor in a small studio of the young director, Yuen Wu-ping. If you don't know who he is, tough luck for you, because later, Yuen Wu-ping staged all the action scenes in such films as The Matrix and Kill Bill. And back then, he was just getting started. Together with Jackie, they got full freedom to create and return to the genre of films with martial arts humor and humanity that had been lost before. So, 2 hit films, Snake and the Eagle's Shadow and Drunken Master, were released. It was a thing, a bunch of new techniques, street fights, incredible tricks, and all this in a fun plot with very funny characters who save beautiful ladies from evil and stupid antagonists. Incredible immediacy and simplicity conquered the viewer. And they were also won over by Jackie Chan's dedication. The actor before each take of the fight stood on his hands with his head down so that the blood would rush to his head in order to seem drunk. The world spun in front of him, and he also walked unsteadily. And in this state, he also performed all the tricks. Absolute dedication to the craft impressed everyone. Actor Jackie Chan became famous. The moment of glory has come. And then, there was more.
But when I just beginning working non-stop.
Soon, Jackie left the tyrant Lo Wei and moved to the Golden Harvest studio, where he already began to receive millions of royalties. He was able to afford a car, an apartment, and anything else. He became a face that people followed. So he soon went to Hollywood, where he was finally presented to the American audience. The first films were unsuccessful, and all because of Hollywood regulations. Jackie Chan was used to freedom. If it was not possible to finish the scene today, then you could finish it tomorrow, or even the day after tomorrow. A fight scene could be shot for a week or a month to get everything perfect. Do what you want. But in Hollywood, there were other orders, and no one knew him there. He didn't speak English well, couldn't communicate with anyone, and didn't even understand the lines he was learning. In Hollywood, in addition, only 2 days were given for a battle scene, and the work was strictly completed every day, all in a short time, constant stress, and no one wanted to listen to his advice. For instance, the movie Police Story, where Jackie played an American policeman. The directors did not listen to his advice at all, and as a result, the film failed at the box office. Chan returned to Hong Kong, shot his version of the same film, adding humorous scenes to it, increasing the number of fights and funny falls. As a result, the film became very successful in China and brought a lot of profit. Jackie Chan knew his style, and he simply did not have to be interfered with. He was disappointed with Hollywood and conquered it much later. Therefore, he continued his work in China, where he became a real idol. He did not feel sorry for himself. All tricks were performed only by himself. He took all the stuntmen into his team and paid them a salary. His stunts were really insane, and without any computer graphics at all. He broke almost every bone, if not every bone in the body. His stuntmen died on set and suffered horrific injuries. Jackie Chan was close to death several times. During the filming of Police Story, the stunts were so complicated that the stuntmen only had time to be transported to hospitals. Jackie himself fell on his back from a height of several meters and received numerous fractures and bruises.
And to boom, we just lay down again. If you say, I'm hurt tomorrow, ow.
He was almost nuts in his realism. Now, he could be condemned for such methods, but then he became famous. No one was ready to insure him and his stuntmen. So, Jackie did it himself, creating an appropriate fund. In the scene of sliding down a 30-meter pole through garlands of lights and under voltage, Jackie peeled all the skin off his hands and badly damaged his spine. He almost died. But a week later, he was filming again. And the long-awaited movie, Armour of God, brought Jackie a few millimeters closer to death. Another trick was to jump from a wall to a tree. The tree broke, and the actor fell to the ground from a height of 7 meters. He fell on his back, then he hit his head. Blood was flowing from the ear. In the hospital, it turned out that he broke his skull, and the fragment was just a few millimeters short of damaging vital parts of the brain.
Then suddenly I hear my ear, poo, poo, the blood comes out.
Oh, God.
And the holes here.
Sounds like a nightmare. But Jackie always just smiled at all this nonsense. He lived for today, spent all the money, and was ready to die, even tomorrow. Imagine, after this terrible injury, Jackie returned to filming after 7 days. There was a scar on his head and a shaved part of his hair. And Jackie just didn't turn to the camera with baldness. Fantastic! The strength of Jackie Chan's spirit is something beyond human perception. The Armour of God was very successful. Then, Jackie Chan returned to Hollywood and conquered the USA in the cult films Rumble in the Bronx and Rush Hour, where he finally landed a suitable, funny, and cool role. Jackie Chan became famous all over the world. His crazy story reached its climax. Then, there were a lot of pictures, and with them, hundreds of fractures, tricks of incredible complexity, real fights with real contact for filming. The actor laughed at Hollywood stars who cried from a cut on their finger when he continued filming with a broken arm, and he was in a great mood, always smiling and friendly. He made films only according to 3 criteria: to play heroes only who became so by accident, under the influence of unforeseen circumstances. There must be someone in the film who needs his protection, a girl, a child, or an elderly person. And the most important thing, in all screen adaptations, he should remain himself. That is, small, nimble, and funny. At the same time, Jackie started writing music and released 20 of his own albums. There is a wax figure of him in the Madame Tussauds Museum. He became a philanthropist and founded a charitable foundation, began to help children all over the world. He created a cartoon about himself, a really cool cartoon. He became a living legend, and in the end, he received an Oscar for his outstanding contribution to the world film industry. This is his story, the story of a great man with a great path. He achieved everything by himself. He literally paid with sweat and blood for the work of his whole life. The work for which he was ready to sacrifice with his very life with ease. Such a unique story of Jackie Chan before he got famous. Just as incredible as many of the other actors we feature on before they got famous. So, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos. And see you soon.